in the car. I am going to talk about how to, or how I navigate being in large crowds as a large family. And this also includes being a large family with disabled children. So before I had Azariah, if you have not been here before, I have 15 children. And I had a son who passed away 4 years ago, and he was fully wheelchair bound. So I will also discuss a little bit about those things that make things different when you have somebody in the wheelchair. Now we have Azariah, and he has a specialized stroller. So we'll talk about all those types of things as well. So overall, in general, one way that I like to keep my kids together is to make sure that somebody older is in the front and then somebody older is in the very back if we're going together in a group. So that usually somebody that's older and responsible. I find that there's some of my children who tend to have or be eye wanderers, where it's like, oh, they're looking at something over here and they're not really paying attention of like who's in that line right there. So making sure that you have people that are really paying attention in both of those lines is important. So yes, I usually am the one to lead because I'm usually the one who holds the tickets. I'm usually the one who, like I kind of have directions to where we're going. I kind of have like a scenario of how we're supposed to navigate through things. So those types of things, I'm usually the quick one to find, like, ooh, there's a bathroom. Oh, there's the elevator. It just like naturally like comes to me. Not everyone is that way. So it's easier usually if I'm leading. Normally I would lead and I would usually have a couple of children with me. So my younger children, usually if we're going to be in a specific situation, we'll have a buddy. The difficulty with having a buddy is that sometimes some of my older kids are not the best with buddies. So it kind of makes it a little challenging. Like, I'm not saying they're not the best with buddies. So say my 5-year-old doesn't want to be with this other person who they are buddied with right now. Honestly, it's kind of like I don't have a buddy that they always have every time. It's more of because older kids work and do things, so I don't have like a buddy like consistently. It's more like we're in this scenario, so this is going to be your buddy for this situation. Most of the time I would be pushing a stroller and then I would have an additional buddy, or I'd be carrying Azariah and then I'd have an additional buddy usually also I want somebody to, there's only myself and then 2 of my daughters who are comfortable with diabetes scenario. And also I have 3 of my daughters and myself and my husband who are like, or have been in the past certified. Both myself and my husband are no longer technically certified CPR and Heimlich. I don't even know what the heck they call it now. I forget the name of it, but they changed the name of the Heimlich maneuver. It's the same exact thing, but they changed the name of it. So whatever it is called now, I'm old school. We know the Heimlich maneuver and we know, and we know how to do CPR. 3 of my children have had like official training with a certificate for that. And then everyone else, we have like gone over those things with people. They also, there's specific people that for the people with diabetes, they know how to handle diabetic situations. So those people need to be buddied up with the same type of people. Honestly, it's really overwhelming for my husband to deal with any of that. So he usually is not one to take on, like when the kids were all younger, I would just make sure that I had a big enough stroller to fit my younger kids in. And then I would have somebody like holding on to the stroller, and then he would be the caboose and he would just make sure that people were like in between that scenario there. But he had a hard time. He gets kind of distracted really easily. So, and we also have a lot of girls, so it can kind of become an issue as far as bathrooms go, because we can't usually all fit into a bathroom. And nowadays, I feel like bathrooms can be like a serious situation. I don't know. Have you heard the news lately? It's kind of interesting. Not at the places that we were going this time. That wouldn't have been an issue, but I really just want to make sure that there's somebody there that can take care of younger people. Now, some people might say, well, that's a lot of responsibility for older people. Let me just say, they have the option not to come. They know how it's going to be. Everything is paid for my children, including my older children, the hotel, everything. They are getting this experience. I don't have to do that. I can say, okay, you're over 18, you're not coming. It's a blessing for them to be able to come to spend time with their family, so they don't see it as a burden. Even, and I think some people don't understand like our family dynamics, that they don't see it as that. They see it as family just works together. And I think a lot of larger families are that way. Like everyone just works together and you do what needs to happen at this time. I'm not saying, now sometimes, my older kids who have jobs, they wanted to go get like a special coffee or drink or something like that. That's fine. But overall, things are covered for my children. So that's kind of how that all works. That all works out. So yeah, I usually have like a group of people, and then I have people behind. Now, if we want to split up, because we are a family that has more older people and younger people, we just need to figure it out at that situation. So we might say, okay, there can be, this many people over here and this many people over here for an exhibit, because it's too hard for everyone to get in there together. Or it might be like, okay, who wants to go in this exhibit? And then we might have to regroup. Say that, an older person wants to go in the exhibit, but the younger buddy doesn't want to go in that exhibit. That's fine. Okay. Mom or somebody who wants to stay back can watch that child while you're going in the exhibit. It's more, buddy is more like just somebody who's overviewing. It doesn't mean that they have to hold hands right now. I'm not really big on that. Like, I want my kids to like be able to explore. They just want to make sure that they're like exploring like within the same range that they can see them. And the younger children are also taught like, your buddy needs to be able to see you. So if you can't see your buddy, then you need to come back a little bit so you can see your buddy. So that's how we work that out for our family. We just find that to be the best. Sometimes, another thing that we usually do, I usually dress my younger kids in the same color. And I know that some people are like, I can't believe that you do that. That's just dumb or whatever. But let me just tell you something. I have known people that just have a couple kids and they may lose track of, and this has never happened to us. Praise the Lord for that. But if a child was off to the side a little bit, you know exactly, without even thinking about it, what your child wore. My child's wearing a pink shirt, and whatever. This is what, and you have like that thing right there. Like, okay, everyone can look right there with you, can look for somebody in a pink shirt. I also try to do brighter colors like yellows, reds, I don't know, just brighter colors. Their sweatshirts that I got they're like pink and purple, because I have all young girls, right? And so they're really like distinctly, there they are. And it's also easier for me. It allows them, if they have brighter colors, it allows them to go a little bit further, because I can see that much further. So if they're on a playground with a bunch of kids, it's a lot easier for me to pinpoint my children if they're wearing brighter colors or odd colors, rather than just a normal blue, gray, light pink. I like to be able to be like, oh, bam, that's where they are. We actually got the dresses that you guys saw before, so those would all be matching. So that's something that we just do, and it's really helpful when we go someplace in public. You don't have to agree or disagree with it, but that's just what works for our family. Let me think, what else? We always tell the kids like where they can go if they felt like they got lost. We always tell kids, if say they were in the bathroom and somebody forgot them in the bathroom, we always tell them, go outside of the bathroom to look for somebody to say something. We just feel like that's safer. Also, if they're I've quite a few different people, and this wasn't really for this trip specifically, but we've been in some shady areas before, and we have said to our kids, okay, I need you to pay a really close eye, and they know that that means like there might be like situations that aren't best to the kids, and I'll tell the younger kids, you need to stay close. And those are kind of like our words, like you need to be close to us, and you can't like going on a park or playground, like they know that they can go and explore and play. But if we're in a scenario, like if we're like inner city or something like that, it's like, no, you gotta stay close. Maybe you're not holding somebody's hand, but you're within like reach that somebody can grab you real quick. Like one of our family could grab us real quick if something happened. We also teach them about just trying to be safe, right? Safety, safety, safety. Without like, you know, put fear in them. I want them to like be kids and explore and not think that every person is a bad guy. But there are some people out there, you know. You hear about stuff too much, too much. So that's how I keep my family together. Other things is if a child, I remember, you know, we went to Disney when my son Bobby was little, and everyone kept cutting off. They tend to do this if there's a stroller or there's a wheelchair. People like to cut off like in between there, and then you're split into two groups. So if you have somebody or you have a stroller or something like that, make sure there's like an older person with each group. Like if you can potentially see, oh, they're probably going to cut right in here, then try to keep that distance, like try to keep that maintained. There's sometimes actually even like at the grocery store that we're there where people get really irritated if we're all like on one side because we're like blocking the view or whatever. So I might have people like wait like near the end of an end cap or something if it's a weird scenario. We just have to, you know, you just have to pray about it and see where God is leading you to. Also, when you're at a conference or something like that, a lot of times you're wearing like a neckband with like a tag on it. So that's good. Usually, they don't have like the kids' names on it. For younger kids, usually just like adults would have like a thing with a name on it. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. But always making sure an older is with a younger, because there's also, especially with like teach them diligently or these bigger conventions, like one of your middle kids might want to be going to, and I'm thankful that I have some older people too, might want to be going to some sort of class, and they would need somebody else with them. So you want to just kind of buddy them up with, hey, okay, these people right here want to go with this. And if you can ahead of time talk about like what different things everyone wants to go to, so that everyone can already have like a pre-thought plan of where you're going. I'm trying to think what's easier. Yeah, I would just say buddies, bright color shirts. Everyone knows like your actual name, not just I'm looking for my mom. That they know your real name. So if they need to say something to somebody, talking about who is like a safe type person to look for, like somebody that's like behind the counter at the, you know, at a store looking place, that's somebody that you should ask. Or if you see a police officer, if you see, you know, like those types of things are just things that we teach our kids. So that's about it. That is how I try to keep my kids safe and together when we were going out someplace. I hope that's helpful, and I hope that that might have blessed you. You guys have a great day.